Welcome back to Chrono Wheels, the only channel dedicated to machines built for passion, not spreadsheets. For decades, the name Norton wasn't just a badge on a fuel tank, it was the gold standard. It was British racing pedigree distilled into metal and oil. It was the Commandos, the Manx legends that won races and stole hearts. But then, the money ran out, the quality slipped, and the legend, frankly, became a punchline. The soul was there, but the execution was broken. Now stop everything. Because under new, extremely well-funded ownership, the true legend isn't just back. It's been taken off life support, given a billion-dollar inheritance, and sent to finishing school. Forget the mass-produced twins you see everywhere. Forget the retro bikes that simply slap a vintage headlight on a budget platform. I'm telling you right now, the Commando 961 is the only retro bike that genuinely matters. Why? Because it refuses to compromise. It blends an utterly untouchable historic pedigree with 21st century hyper-premium components. It's a hand-built machine created for exclusivity, for auditory drama, and for pure, unadulterated class. We're going to dive into the sheer audacity of this build, detail by painstaking detail, and figure out exactly why this machine commands a price tag that makes its competitors look like footnotes. The absolute beating heart of the 961 is a tribute to its heritage, but engineered by modern gods, the 961cc air-cooled parallel twin. But unlike every other parallel twin on the market, this engine is not about efficiency, it's about character, texture, and sound. This is not a sewing machine. This is a percussion instrument. The secret? The 270-degree crank. This simple engineering choice completely changes the bike's personality, mimicking the loping, irregular power pulse of a V-twin. The result is a raw, deep, rhythmic exhaust note that is pure music, an instant identifier that screams, "This is a Norton," when every other bike whispers. It's infinitely superior to the boring, flat, Z, 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 Z sound of a standard 360-degree firing order. The power figures are deceptive, around 77 horsepower and 67 pound-feet of torque. If you only care about drag racing, move along. But this power is soulfully delivered. It's instant, muscular mid-range torque, perfect for punching out of corners on scenic routes. You don't just ride this bike, you feel every single combustion pulse running up through the chassis and into your core. It's a tactile feedback loop that no other modern retro can touch. The philosophy here isn't quality control, it's quality over everything. You can feel the obsessive commitment the moment you look at the chassis. The frame is a hand-fabricated tubular steel cradle. This isn't stamped out by a robot in Taiwan. This is a work of craftsmanship. The geometry is a masterclass. Perfectly blended stability for high-speed cruising with the sharp, quick agility a performance machine demands. It rides like a modern sport bike that went on vacation and rediscovered its manners. And the seating position? It's quintessential cafe racer, but intelligently evolved. You get clip-on style handlebars, but they're positioned above the top yokes. A genius move to relieve pressure on the wrists without sacrificing the sporty, committed feel. Rear set pegs, a low, stitched seat. It all puts you in a position that's aggressive enough to feel fast, yet comfortable enough to genuinely spend a whole Sunday exploring the countryside. This is the ultimate stylish week-long touring machine, disguised as a rebellious cafe racer. At 230 kilograms wet, it's heavy enough to feel solid and utterly stable at speed, but the balance is so perfect it sheds that weight the moment you roll into a corner. This is the non-negotiable section. This is where the Commando 961 puts a flag in the ground and says, "I am not playing your game." While competitors are fitting basic, mass-produced components, Norton is dipping into the superbike parts bin. Suspension is God. We're looking at fully adjustable Öhlins components front and rear. Not Öhlins style, not Öhlins colored, actual proper gold standard Öhlins. Up front, 43mm inverted forks. Out back, twin Öhlins shock absorbers with external reservoirs, all fully adjustable. This twin shock setup is a deliberate, visual nod to the Commando's heritage, but the quality of the damping provides a sublimely smooth, controlled, and almost luxurious ride. It's simply not matched by any other retro motorcycle on the planet. Stopping power, the brakes are equally audacious, high-spec Brembo components throughout. The front features massive twin 320mm floating discs, gripped by radially mounted Brembo calipers. This gives you phenomenal, instant, controllable stopping power. When you're riding a machine this focused, you need that kind of reassurance. The running gear alone is a statement. It's not just a collection of parts, it's a manifesto on quality. The design language here isn't just retro, it's a direct, flawless homage to the legendary Commando fastback. The tank, that beautifully sculpted peanut fuel tank, is the visual centerpiece, often finished in deep, wet-look gloss paint, accented by hand-applied pinstripes and perfect chrome badging. The lighting, the large, classic round headlight perfectly houses modern LED internals. It's blending the absolute best of the past with the crucial necessity of modern safety. The soundtrack delivery, the twin pea-shooter exhausts are routed perfectly in flawless chrome, maximizing the visual impact and delivering that addictive, uneven soundtrack. Here is the key distinction: there are no cheap plastic compromises. Everything the rider touches and sees, the perfectly polished aluminum engine covers, the high-quality leather on the seat, the classic analog instruments, is premium, tactile, and built not just to last, but to look immaculate for decades. This bike isn't just a mode of transport, it's a rolling piece of industrial art. The high price brings us to the elephant in the garage. This is not a bike built on a massive, impersonal assembly line. It is hand-built in limited numbers at Norton's state-of-the-art facilities. This human touch allows for an unparalleled level of fit, finish, and tight quality control that robots simply cannot replicate. Exclusivity by design. Owning a Commando 961 is not like owning a mass-produced machine. It is an immediate entry into an exclusive club of riders who value craftsmanship and history above all else. The gatekeeper, the Commando 961, commands a price that can be double or triple that of its competitors. Yes, I'm looking at you, Triumph. This high price is not simply a fee, it is a gatekeeper. It ensures the bike remains rare, exclusive, and a true luxury item. It separates the enthusiasts who want a bike from those who appreciate a truly hand-finished heirloom. The Norton Commando 961 renders its competitors irrelevant because it operates in a completely different sector. A Triumph Bonneville is a fantastic, accessible bike for everyone. The Norton is for the connoisseur. Where the competitor uses standard brakes, the Norton uses radial Brembo. Where the competitor focuses on volume, the Norton focuses on uncompromising, gold standard quality. It's not trying to be a cheap imitation. It's a modern, faithful evolution of a genuine racing pedigree. The Norton Commando 961 Revival is the definitive statement of class, quality, and heritage. They didn't just bring back a badge, they resurrected the uncompromising philosophy of engineering excellence. So tell me honestly, Chrono Wheels community, does the Norton Commando 961's unique blend of hand-built exclusivity, that soul-stirring 270-degree twin, and its uncompromising Öhlins/Brembo hardware justify that massive price tag? Or is it just too much to pay for nostalgia? Drop your honest, unfiltered opinions below. If you believe in the return of the true British legend, hit that like button and subscribe to Chrono Wheels for more deep dives into the machines that demand respect. Thanks for watching. Ride with style, ride with noise, and we'll see you on the next classic road. Veloce!